Hello, I'm Kerry Mallard, and I wanted you to know that for months now I have been posting this video in MySpace to try to find out who this lovely young lady is. And she's aware of this. She's been at the same facility where a lot of the entertainers and the models are and supporting it. And she's hold on, I'm gonna do your makeup while we're here. And she's aware of that, and she's been posing pretty much in the same fashion that you see here. And she really is just a gorgeous girl, and I've had the opportunity to experience her in the scope of the camera. And she's worked a number of times with the network, and posed one time before that. And I had remember seeing her present herself, and then I didn't know who she was at the time. Then I seen this video of her, and now it's not titled; it just says Que Femina. And I have been desperately trying to get people to respond in MySpace to bulletins to tell me who she is, and she's laughing now, and the whole network's laughing because they know who she is, but they won't tell me. So I've posted a video I posted bulletin after bulletin in MySpace. You know, I am Kerry Wayne Mallard of Warwick, Georgia. Uh, I live at 796 Power Dam Road, Warwick, Georgia 31796, and you're welcome to write me and correspond with me through mail if you would like. Send me $1, everybody. Uh, but this lovely young model has had the opportunity to work with a network of individuals who are integrated with a computer by being computer assisted. They are online. They're cyborg, and they are like me. And I have been influenced now for over a decade. But this lovely young lady came into the network and worked with them. And Marvin was the host this day. And while I was sleeping, all of a sudden I'm online with him, and in the course of the dream, she interacted. She knew that I was compelled by her. I was wanting to know who she was, so they took the opportunity to explore her for a dream film sequence. And this is where, like during while I'm sleeping, they put me online with a host, and they interact with me while I'm dreaming, which is the stuff of fantasies. It's really far out. It really, you know, you can't believe how rewarding an experience that is, or how stupid some of the things they put me through, because they put me through some really stupid stuff while I'm dreaming. But some of it is really very fantastic and very wild, and very sexy too. She came in through the back of the house, and Marvin was sitting at a table, which looked like pretty much like a small card table or a lawn table inside what looked like to be like a ranch home. And the minute I saw the girl, I was compelled, because I'm already intrigued by her and her beauty. And she come in and she kissed him on the cheek, and she come in and she put her arms around him, uh, and kissed him on the cheek. And then he reached down and touched her leg, which I had a compulsion to reach and hold her, as any man would, just to put your arm around her. And he reached down and he touched her leg, and she had sand on her leg because she had been outside laying in the sun. She was in a bikini. And I had the compulsion to reach up and touch her bottom, which he did. He reached up between her legs and he touched her bottom. And I could feel that. And her skin was very soft, very delicate, and very smooth. She's a young lady, so she's very, very appealing and very sexy. And at that point, I had the compulsion to sweep her up, you know what I mean? Because I just very eager, you know what I mean? Especially in the course of a dream, your sexual inhibitions run wild. They're loose. They're out of check, and I don't hold back. You know what I mean? Um, and so he picked her up like I wanted to. I wanted to pick her up, so he reached around her legs and picked her up by the bottom, and I could feel that. I could feel her legs in my arms, and feel her bottom. And he lifted her up. And he's a tall guy, about 6'2", 6'3", and I'm only about 5'9", which I wouldn't have done that. But I knew that in a dream, which was kind of odd because I wouldn't have had the compulsion to worry about it. But he did because he's a tall guy, and there was a ceiling fan, like this, and it was on. And he was afraid that he was going to hit her head on the light fixtures or the ceiling fan, and I could I sensed that. I was reading him as he was online with me. Now, he didn't say, during the course of the dream, nobody said anything, just silent, just so that they can check my regard, my responses, and respond to my impulses so that the dream can unfold as I would have it, or my regard for her. And of course, I had the compulsion to make love to her. And I had the compulsion to first start kissing her on the neck, which he did. And at that point, he threw her onto the kitchen table and between her legs and kissed her on the neck. And then at that point, the sequence was over. So they didn't go beyond that. But I've had the opportunity to experience her that way, and she is really very sweet. Now, I didn't have anything like olfactory. I couldn't smell her. I couldn't taste her skin. I couldn't taste what her neck tasted like. I didn't have those sensations. Everything was cerebral with me except for the sense of touching his hands and his arms. I could feel that, but I could feel the physical sensations, but didn't have anything cerebral like olfactory or taste. Those were not a part of the experience, which they could have been, but understand that the degree of integration may have only been about 40 or 60%. Then that would have dulled that part of the experience. So they're able to record these experiences and then download them into a wavelength of communications and then transfer those to another person in a remote location like myself. And this has been going on for quite a while now. They've been interacting with me for better than 10 years. But the last year and a half since the entertainment industry and the modeling industry and the musicians and everybody else has gotten involved, these interactions have been more often. And so it's just a really very exciting time for technology and for this lovely young lady. If you know who you are, if you we're playing this game where we're trying to get other people to respond to my bulletins or my requests through these videos posted at YouTube to see if anybody will respond to them. So join the fun. Join me. Let's play the game. Tell me who Que Femina is. Here she is one more time. You'll have to overlook the little band of color, the radiation from the monitor. It causes a little band of color inside the digital camera. The further back I move away from it, you see it disappears. But then it begins to be harder for to see. And she is really very nice. She is a very beautiful girl. And she's laughing at me now. I can see her in another location and she's laughing. But I think that to kill the video because the batteries are going dead. Thank you very much, everybody. Join the fun and let's figure out who she is. Contact me.